Welcome to the Vanuatu Health Program Industry Briefing. We're trialing new formats for some of our industry briefings, so hopefully you will find this useful. We are working towards a collaborative relationship with delivery partners to foster an inclusive, supportive and responsible contracting community. Potential partners play an important role in delivering our official development assistance goals. The program will achieve results at the provincial level, while contributing to longer-term systems change at the national level. It will build on the achievements of previous investments and focus on the 5 points to achieve better outcomes. The program has two equally important and mutually reinforcing end-of-program outcomes. The Tender Secretariat's role is to ensure probity and that the evaluation process adheres to the Commonwealth procurement rules and the evaluation methodology identified in the tender documentation. Probity forms a key element of ensuring accountable and transparent decisions. Our aim is to provide greater confidence to all tenderers that a robust and fair process will be conducted. Moving on to the RFT. As you'd be aware, the timeline for the procurement is listed in the RFT. The key dates for you to remember are Wednesday the 1st of May, Wednesday the 15th of May and Wednesday the 14th of June 2019. If you have any queries, please contact the tender mailbox, or for issues uploading your bid, please contact the OUS Tender Help Desk. We'll now move on to the tender itself. As you may be aware, the tender is composed of the services-specific conditions of tender, the standard conditions of tender, and the draft contract. We'd like to highlight the 3 stages of the evaluation process: technical assessment, shortlisting and interviews, commercial and risk assessments, and overall value for money assessment. As part of the technical proposal, you'll be required to complete Schedule 1 Part B, Diversity, Inclusion and Benefits to the Australian Economy. The Department has been a strong advocate of the Commonwealth's Indigenous procurement policy since its implementation. Since June 2018, we've awarded over 300 contracts to 70 Indigenous-owned businesses, with a total value of over $30.5 million. In this schedule, you'll be asked to describe how your bid will involve Indigenous people, women, culturally and linguistically diverse people and people with a disability, and how your bid benefits the Australian economy. Schedule 1 Part B will be considered as part of the overall value for money assessment that the Evaluation Committee undertakes. The assessment is qualitative, measuring progress and commitment, and at this point in time it's not weighted. Examples of Indigenous participation plans could include Indigenous Cadetship Program, Culture Awareness Training, recruitment programs, local procurement opportunities for Indigenous peoples and/or partnering with Indigenous businesses. Some examples of benefit to the Australian economy are provided here. Some other practical examples are provided below. Some tips on what the Evaluation Committee will be seeking are listed. As part of the commercial assessment, the Evaluation Committee will consider whether the financial costs in the commercial proposal are aligned with your technical proposal and the proposed allocation of the resourcing. Regarding advisors, please remember that the classification of a person isn't based on the nationality of that person but on the method of recruitment, and all international advisors must be remunerated according to the Advisor Remuneration Framework. In assessing your commercial proposal, the Evaluation Committee will also compare costs between tenderers as stated below. The risk assessment is undertaken after the commercial assessment. Once the technical, commercial and risks assessments have been undertaken, the Evaluation Committee will then consider overall value for money, including whole-of-life costing. There are 8 value for money principles to help guide decision-making and to maximize the impact of our investments. The principles are defined in the RFT but are recapped below. We expect you give effect to the principles of value for money when completing your tender responses as per the requirements, page limits and forms specified in the RFT. Once the value for money assessment has been undertaken, the evaluation committee will make a recommendation of the preferred and sometimes a reserved tenderer to the delegate. Once a decision has been made, we will notify each of you, and will seek to negotiate and sign the contract with the preferred tenderer. Regardless of the outcome, we offer to provide you with a debrief. Debriefs provide information on scores against the individual evaluation criteria, as well as a collation of the comments from the evaluation committee's assessments, from both the initial and interview stages, depending on how your tender was assessed. If there are aspects of the tender process that you feel haven't been covered, please send through any questions to the tender mailbox. Please note that any questions received will be responded to via an addendum on Ostender. Whilst we have you, if you're looking for other opportunities to work with us, you can register with Ours Tender, monitor the annual procurement plan on Ours Tender, network and consider participating as a subcontractor or as a consortium partner. We'd also encourage you to visit broader industry engagement forums. We hope that you found this format helpful, and we look forward to working with you as a delivery partner. Thank you for your time.